While our spaces are closed to the public,
We are still here.
Our artists are still here.
And together we are the Tank.
Since our founding, the Tank has been defined by who and what has populated our spaces.
tens of thousands of artists, hundreds of thousands of audience members,
And more joy, fury, music, chaos, disco balls, a little bit of glitter, and creation than we could begin to count.
While our on-site programming is paused, we are still making and supporting our artists in the virtual world.
And their community, conversations, and artistry continue to overflow into the digital realm.
We have, since March, presented 537 performances and featured the work of 3,181 artists.
I had just opened a show and we had just started previews and there was a tech hiccup. So I stayed really late and I remember I was taking a car home after we had fixed all the cues and the driver said to me, people are leaving the city. And then Broadway closed. It all happened just so fast. It was so profoundly odd to have this joyous show, I Am Nobody, that we had just opened and then suddenly close it, and not only that, suddenly be closing the Tank and then canceling all the other artists' performances, eventually 272 we counted individual performances that we had already had on the books for the coming months, and we wouldn't have known what to do were it not for the artists. And they're the ones that came to us and said, let's make this Cyber Tank thing. Let's make this space for us to gather and reflect on what's happening to us. We're losing everything at once. And we really owe the Tank's success through this pandemic to the artists. And so we're going to keep supporting them and keep making space for them.
New York City needs the Tank. After a period of such devastation, at a time when independent artists really were not cared for, I'm worried about the ability for artists to sustain themselves in the city, to make work here, to experiment. We need spaces like the Tank to make sure that we are carving out literal, physical real estate, but also resources. We can't do it alone, but we are one of the few spaces left. And so to lose any of those organizations, spaces, companies that are really trying to nurture an early career artists is going to be devastating for the future of the arts. And for us as people, wanting to hear stories, wanting to understand different perspectives, wanting to just gather together and feel things. How do you do that without artists? And how can artists tell their stories without practice and opportunities and spaces to make and be themselves? The Tank has to be there. The Tank has to continue. The Tank has to be that space for everyone, for all artists, from the seed of an idea to a full-fledged project. We have to be that space going forward, and we're going to be.
Because the Tank is also an engine, we are committed to driving forward, generating opportunities for artists to make and create and dream up brand new things.
This commitment is requiring us to be more resilient and adaptable than ever before.
But with your help, we can fill the Tank for today and for the future.
Text "Fill the Tank," all one word, to 44321 to receive a secure link to make your donation straight from your phone. And when the time comes, when it's finally safe to do so again, we will fill the Tank.
Together.